Hello, collective. Let's talk about cutting your hair during a full moon. This is for all zodiac signs, whoever you are, doesn't matter your age, where you live, but let's really dive in deep about the hair and the effects of the full moon, particularly today's Scorpio full moon. So I trimmed my hair today, and it is the Scorpio full moon. This morning I woke up, I was hearing to do it yesterday. I could feel it and I heard it. I got confirmation from my intuition, my divine connection that yes, it's time. And it's not because I wanted to look better or change my appearance, because you can see it's a similar, almost identical. I just trimmed it. So it's the same similar look. But what happens is our hair is such a significant part of our spiritual connection to the divine, to the universe. So they're energetic cords, and these cords are emotional weights for a lot of people. And part of me had outgrown what I had been working on. Now, this could be for the last year, maybe 7 years, as I roll into the 8th season on YouTube for you guys. But it doesn't matter. This could be some of you getting ready to release your childhood traumas, things that happened to you that you've been really struggling with. So let's dive in a little bit deeper. Okay, hair has many spiritual lineages, and it's more than just strands of hair. It is memory of the past, of the future, and the present. It holds all of this energetic connection through the universe, and it's in our hair. So you will see a lot of healers, holistic healers. You'll see a lot of psychic mediums, people very differently, but the highly intuitive people usually do have longer hair. It doesn't mean you have to have it. You can have short hair if you want. We're talking about trimming off the edges, okay? So whatever it is, there are spiritual antennae. And when you cut your hair with an intention, it actually works, especially right now with the Scorpio, this full moon that is moving an energy shift. If you watched your monthly video, I talked about the energy shifts. There are 3 of them coming in the month of May. May is a huge month, and I had mentioned in January, all 6 months in the beginning of this year are very significant about who you are, where you're going to at right now, and where you're going to go in the future. Now, it isn't just a matter of releasing energy for right now. This is going to have effects that can last, some of you definitely throughout the full moon cycle itself, but it actually can go into the next decade. It can go into your entire lifetime, and even move into the next lifetime as you evolve into a new you in the future timeline that you move into, wherever you go. Okay, 3D to 5D, 6D, and we could dive in deep. So as we go forward, I just want to stop and thank you for watching, and thank you for being a part of my membership and being so supportive on this channel. We're really going to go into different topics like today, and I would love to hear what you want to talk about on a spiritual level. I won't be answering. Don't send me a personal question. I will tell you I won't be able to answer that. But we're talking about spiritual growth, where it's absolutely positive communication to help you grow in your ascending soul's journey. So let's talk about this a little bit further. So when we speak your intentions and you are clearing out the past, my intention is to release any of the stagnant energy that I've been going through. My intention is to change the format of my business. My intention is to fully clear and open up my heart to allow abundance to come in. It's going to be very different for each and every one of us. So it's a matter of speaking your intentions with clarity and clearing out the energetic netting. It's like a net, right? So the energy moves. You've seen me talk about that. The energy shifts move, but it's like a little net where it can hold on to things in the background, and they stay there and they become stagnant, and they get launched into your unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is not matched with the conscious mind. That's what the whole spiritual awakening is. Your kundalini, all of this is getting them to align, pulling out things that are stuck back there so that in the conscious mind you have more clarity and you can move forward without this nagging. I don't know why I told him no. I really wanted to go out with them. Have you ever done that before? Put a yes in the comments if you have. I've done that before where I wanted to go out with them and I said no. Why did I do that? Because unconsciously, on a subconscious level, I wasn't ready to go out with that particular individual. And that's what actually happened. But I had to stop and really evaluate it. So the Scorpio moon is all about transitioning, right? It's an ending. It's the death of who you were, the death of those old cycles, that ending, and a rebirthing cycle. By letting go of this, we can really, really change our life, and you can feel the effects almost immediately. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, I don't cut my hair. I'd never touch my hair. And I get that. That's okay. This may not be your video. But for those of you who have been feeling stuck, needing some of that energy shift to pick you up and move you into a different level, especially if you've really been hung up in a specific area from the past that is weighting you down in the present moment. This Scorpio full moon truly is one of the most powerful moons. Now, as I mentioned before, all full moons have this powerful energy to help us let go and release. It's a cleansing, it's a cycle, like a clock. It's a cycle, like everything. The sun goes up, and the moon comes up, the sun goes down, etc., etc. It's a cycle. So as we let go, we open up energetically to allow this new beautiful stuff to come in. You know, Scorpio rules the underworld, and it's on our emotional truth, and it really moves those hidden shadows. That's what I'm talking about, the things that get stuck in your craw and you don't even know they're there. We think sometimes, and I've been helping people clear their traumas for years now, not just through this business of 7 years, well, 8, but even before that. And a lot of you were helping people before you even knew you had any gifts to actually help people. But it's the underlying, the shadows, the hidden secrets that have been stored in those little nets for years and years. And it really does affect the soul. It can make you feel like you want to give up. It can make you feel lost hope and the inability to manifest. It's not a fluffy kind of release. This is a real deep and raw soul surgery, if you want to call it that, where we are literally with this energy going to detach it. So through the energetic hair, this is a way to do it. So the energy right now is very profound, and I'm sure a lot of you are feeling it. Put a yes in the comment if you're feeling it. You can feel a shift. Even if you can't identify what it is, put a yes in the comment. Let me know you want these educational videos for you. It's digging up all that, and it includes karma, okay? We have our own karma. Each of us build our own karma. Whether it's a karmic attachment to somebody, maybe our birth mother who treated us very poorly, a soulmate that came in, and then we were triggered into this whole journey. And this whole journey is about releasing everything. So the karma is our, whatever our, it can be a reward, which some people call dharma. But technically it's all karma, a good or bad, okay? Whether it's our perception of what we're receiving and releasing. This is old karmic attachments, the betrayals, the grief, and all of the painful stuff. That's what's coming through Scorpio. That's why this one is different. It's not just any kind of karma. This is the icky stuff that you probably thought you already healed, but yet you're finding you may not be moving forward, or maybe it's taken a long time, or maybe you just want the added boost right now with this Scorpio full moon. You cannot move forward and carrying what was meant to be released. It will literally hold us in this cycle, and it's a horrible place to be stuck in. So today I trimmed my hair, and as I held the scissors, I whispered in a prayer with each strand that I released. I felt into the energy of what was around me and what I was removing. You feel into the energy. You allow the energy to come through back and forth. Now it is focus. That's all it is. You don't close your eyes or you'll miss cutting your hair. But this is really about feeling it before, because you're going to set your intentions before you cut your hair. And it's a trim. I would recommend those of you, even if you don't like to, just trim a little snippet off of it. You can look on YouTube. There are tons of ways to trim your own hair where you don't have, or you can go down and pay somebody. It's up to you. But it's the intention. So even if you're in this beauty salon or the hair salon getting ready to have the hair cut, you're going to make sure your intentions are clear. So I was cutting away fear of being seen as a public speaker. There's always a little fear, always a little hesitation. And even though I've been doing it for over 30 years, there's still those moments where okay, you guys know what I'm talking about if you've ever had to stand up in front of a group of people, whether it be 5 people that you were presenting a presentation to or 1,000 people or more. It doesn't matter. These are old promises. These are just a lot of the old things that put you in a survival mode. So your intention is about the people that you outgrew, and yet you still love them, but you've outgrown them. This is a release of those people. This is that big moment that, especially if you've cut the cords and it's not working, this will help in tandem with cutting the cords. There is a beautiful energy with each snip that you do. You'll feel it inside. You'll feel this, okay, that's 1. Okay, that's 2. And you don't have to say their name each time you take a little snippet off. It's just set your intentions, and you can call it all in general, all the people. You can name them specifically. I chose to name my whatever I was releasing specifically because it's not as much. Like 10 years ago, there was a lot. I probably wouldn't have wanted to name everything. Whichever version is fine for you. And it's about making space for this new you to emerge. Now, you may even go really extreme and actually do a different style, which is fine too. That's part of the new beginning. So if you feel you needed this makeover, then now is the time to do it with the Scorpio full moon. So, you know, like I said before, let's look at a little bit of way to do this really quick. Before the trim, sit in silence. You want to kind of get into that meditative state. You don't need to meditate. You just need to block out everything around you in its internal focus, okay? It's in here. Everything is of the mind. Everything is of the mind. Our connection to source, everything is of the mind. So sit in silence, and then when you're ready, you say out loud. That makes it even more powerful, the power of your voice speaking it. That makes it even more energetically powerful than what you would normally think. When you're done and you wash your hair, and you should do this on a regular basis, wash your hair and rinse out all the grit. The grit is all of the icky stuff that you've dealt with. You work in a corporate environment, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of grit. When you come home, you're like, all frenzy and everything. Wash your hair with intention. I release everything, call in the divine to release everything, and let it drain down the drain. Let it go down with the water. You're actually moving the energy when you do it. And that's what I really want to work with you on. Tarot is a wonderful tool, but that's not going to promote ascending soul and the journey of life. So we're going to be looking at this. So snip those ends if you feel more comfortable having a candle lit or maybe burning some Palo Santo. I don't use sage as much anymore. I don't feel the need. I don't have negative entities, but we're even going to do a video about that, as well as the people who are returning very soon. And then when you dispose the hair, get the majority of the hair. I did it over the sink, so I got most of the hair. There's little bitty, itty bitty bitties. You don't want to clog the drain, but it's okay to have a few of those little pieces go down the drain because it's going to happen anyway. But try to get the most as much as possible out of the drain. If you don't do it over the sink, let's say you do it right over the trash can, it's going to vary from person to person. Turn the water on. Turn the water on and just move the energy as if you were rinsing it at that moment. I hope that makes sense for you. So it's a flow of the water that is helping to release it. Now, let's talk about the energetic timeline real quick. The Scorpio full moon is one of the most transformational of the year. Scorpio, again, is about ending and a new beginning. It's about transmuting all of the ick that we went through, seeing it clearly and twisting it and turning it into something new. And I laugh at twisting because it really feels horrible when we do this. Those energetic effects can be felt for about 7 to 10 days. So if you don't do it today, do it tomorrow, right? You have about 7 to 10 days. The energy, the actual effects, like I said, it can last through this entire full moon peak period of time. This is the peak time right now to do it, 7 to 10 days from the date I post this video. And then when you do your deep release work, continue to use this as a ritual, at least until you get to your goal. If you're trying to increase your volume, maybe you're doing really well and you want to increase your volume, continue to do this as a cycle. But think of it this way. It is the most powerful energy that we can use right now. Every energy shift that I've talked about with you for each year and helped so many thousands of you just from these videos. But think of this as like planting a seed in fertile soil. And even though you don't see the bloom come through and the soil is of the soul, that is the soul emerging. That is the rebirth of who you were meant to be here on earth and society. All those things that we already talked about changed your perception, it changed your beliefs, it changed your entire direction of the course in your soul purpose and your soul mission. So as you see this start to bloom, you're going to know, and it's going to be little by little, but just imagine that it is the dark soil on the ground. Maybe no seedlings sprouting up yet, but you see it as the dark soil, and then do more meditation throughout the next 7 to 10 days through the end of the month and start seeing this little sprouts start growing and growing. This again is a mind shift that you are doing where you literally have more power than you could possibly imagine. Now, I did write a little clip for each zodiac sign. You can go to my website, Ascending Soul's Journey, and check that out over there. And if you want to working on your intuition, I already posted manifesting intuition, heightened senses, and learning how to use all the spiritual gifts for your own personal life. Join my membership right here on YouTube. Let's make it happen. This is the year of destruction, the year of letting go and new growth. So I hope this helps. Much love.